J.D. Vance, and the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a big day for a lot of reasons, and it's an honor to have you in this very nice venue across the street from the White House. And thank you all for being here as we take a major step to ensure the United States is fully prepared to welcome the world to Los Angeles for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. Very exciting day of my life when we got nominated and we ultimately got it. And I didn't think I'd be here for the games in this capacity, but it worked out that way. So I'm very happy about that. I had no idea that was going to happen. When we got it, I said, it's too bad I won't be president then. But sort of we took a very circuitous route, didn't we? In my first term, we were instrumental in helping the city of Los Angeles win the bid to bring the Olympic torch back to American soil. And today I will sign an executive order establishing the White House Task Force on the 2028 Summer Olympics, mobilizing the entire federal government to ensure the games are safe, seamless, and historically successful. It's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be amazing. America is a nation of champions, and in July 2028, we'll show the world what America does best, and that's win. We're winning like we have never won before. You see that all the time. A year ago, we were not a country that was doing well, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. I want to recognize several members of the task force, including our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you very much. Thank you. Our equally great Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Pam, thank you very much, Pam. Secretary of Homeland Security, Christy Kerr. Christy Kerr. Do you know who Christy Kerr is? She's a friend of mine, great golfer. Christy, no, she's a better golfer than you. That's the only thing, but you're better at a lot of other things. But I want to thank you for being here, for doing an unbelievable job, really an unbelievable job. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr. Brendan, thank you. Thank you, Brendan. Doing a great job. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, most powerful woman anywhere in the world. She's rated the most powerful woman in the world, and I agree with that. And Deputy Chiefs of Staff Stephen Miller. Stephen, thank you. What happened to Stephen? We never want to miss Stephen. He's an MVP candidate. Dan Scavino, another MVP. James Blair, Taylor Budovich, and Nick Luna. Thank you all. Great group of people. They're going to be very much involved. I also am grateful to be joined by two of Team USA's strongest and fastest competitors, retired gold medalist and gymnast and member of the LA 28 Athletes Council, Nastasia Lukin. Nastasia, how are you, Nastasia? Good. I don't know you, but I've watched you. You're very talented. I would not want to do what you do. This is much easier, believe me. It's incredible what you've done, along with retired gold medal Paralympian swimmer and board member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, Brad Snyder. Brad, thank you very much, Brad. It's a great honor. Thank you. Chairman of the 2028 Olympic Games, Casey Wasserman, a friend of mine for a long time. Casey, thank you very much. Casey, great job. It's going to be amazing. LA's a little bit different place than it was when selected, but we're going to bring it back stronger than ever. I spoke to Casey about that. He said, nope, we're going to make it better than ever. It's going to be something that's going to make it even more important as a Olympic Games. It was an interesting conversation we had as the fires were raging. Is that right? And I appreciated that very much. And CEO Reynold Hoover. Reynold, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great honor. I also want to welcome the chair of the U.S. Olympic Committee, Gene Sykes. Gene, thank you. Thank you, Gene, very much. And thank him for recently banning men from competing in women's sports. That's a big deal. Thank you very much. It's amazing the way I don't hear any applause for that when everyone feels it. It's a 97. Don't worry about it, Gene. That's a 97.
可以咧 冇人拍手，佢自己都佢，所以其實係好 sharp 㗎。啲人以為佢100年紀，其實佢一啲都唔遲鈍啦。佢完全知道自己講緊乜，係你哋唔拍手佢都知道啊。
7-3. It's not 80-20. It's 97-3. But nobody wants to clap. It's crazy. The United States will not let men steal trophies from women at the 2028 Olympics. So we appreciate the fairness and everything else that you've shown. Also with us today is LA 28 board member Reince Priebus and also Kevin McCarthy. I want to thank Kevin McCarthy and Reince. Thank you, Reince. And thank you, Kevin. And the LA Olympics is shaping up to be a wonderful moment for America. It's going to be incredible. It's so exciting. And with today's action, I'm directing the Department of State, the Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Department of Transportation, and many other departments and agencies to use every tool at their disposal to ensure a fantastic, safe, and beautiful event. In 2028, the Olympics is bringing back our national pastime, baseball. Wow, that's great. With teams playing under the lights at the legendary Dodger Stadium, and it is legendary. It's beautiful, one of the most beautiful. Squash players will go head-to-head inside the world-famous Universal Studios. Triathletes will sprint beneath the sun shining down on Venice Beach. This will be one of the great venues. I mean, when you think of it, right? It's going to be so incredible. Soccer.
環球片場都攞埋出嚟做 Olympic 呢個活動啊！
Teams will face off at the legendary Rose Bowl. Sailors will race through the waters near the port of Los Angeles, and the opening ceremony will take place at the beautiful Memorial Coliseum, just like the Olympics of 1932 and 1984. That was something. Those were very important Olympics. 1932 was a very important Olympics, wasn't it, huh? For 8 straight consecutive summer games, no one has won more medals than Team USA, which is incredible. We want to keep it that way. Over the years, Team USA has won triple the number of Summer Olympic gold medals as the next closest country, and I'm confident that that's going to continue in 2028. That's an amazing achievement, by the way. Between the LA Olympics and the FIFA World Cup next year, we have the World Cup and we have the Olympics, got them both. It's a great time to be a sports fan in America, and maybe, you know, I don't want to say most importantly, but it is a celebration of 250 years. We have our 250th anniversary also during the year, and it's going to be between the three of them. I think there'll be no other time that we've ever had in our history like that. So I'd like to ask the LA Olympics Chairman, Casey Wasserman, to say a few words, and I appreciate it very much, Casey. Great job you've done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your support and the entire administration's support through this whole process has been truly extraordinary. In just 1,074 days, yes, we're counting, sir, the eyes of the world will be on this country as we open the 2028 Olympics. And it feels just like yesterday, and you were just president-elect in December of 2016, that you leaned into this process back then. And you've been supportive and helpful every step of the way, and we wouldn't be here without you, so we greatly appreciate all your support.
Thank you.
Our games plan is near final. We've announced a competition schedule. Some of the greatest brands in America have stepped up to support these Olympic Games as commercial partners. And now with the creation of this task force, we've unlocked the opportunity to level up our planning and deliver the largest and, yes, greatest games for our nation ever. We expect more than 150 heads of state will come to the games. We have for you a full set of the 84 original medals.
84 original medals.
Can I say that I won them athletically?
Yes, sir.
That would be a great honor.
Yes. That's beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
佢話佢自己贏，佢當佢自己贏咗啦。
Okay, come on around, everybody.
Thank you. Excuse me.
跟住去答記者啦。
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, calling me. Thank you, Mr. President. On Ukraine, President Zelensky just signed a law allowing for citizens age 60 and above to serve in the military. We've seen dozens of videos of young men being hauled into vans and dragged to the front lines against their will. And we've even seen videos of a young man with Down syndrome serving on the front line. You, when you campaigned, you said you wanted to see the people stop dying. A lot of people admired that statement. Now the people dying are elderly, mentally handicapped, and conscripts. So even if a ceasefire doesn't work out, why should Americans continue to fund a foreign military that's scraping the bottom of the barrel of its population like this?
Well, you have to understand very importantly, this is Biden's war. This is not my war. I'm here to get us out of it. It's a mess, and I'm here to get us out. I haven't heard that when you say about 60-year-old men and, et cetera. But this is Biden's war, and we're working very hard to get us out. I stopped 5 wars in the last 5 months, actually, and I'd like this to be the 6th, frankly, and that doesn't even include Iran, with, obliterating their nuclear haul, because they would have had nuclear weapons within 2 months. But stopped a lot of wars. You just take a look at the ones just over the last 2 or 3 months. It's been amazing. This is the one I'm trying to stop. This is the one we're working hardest on. The other ones I stopped within a matter of days, almost every one of them, including India and Pakistan, and I could go over the whole list, but you know the list as well as I do. But this is the one we'd like to see. I haven't not heard that, but this is Biden's war, and it's a war that he got us into, or indirectly got us into. It should have never happened. It would have never happened had I been president. Yeah, next to you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
頭先條友咧就根本喺度又係想我哋美國就唔好再俾錢出去咯，因為我哋好多仍然有好多嗰啲老人家啊，嗰啲冇嗰個 healthcare 啊，跟住死得唔好咁講啦，總之其實阿川冇答到佢個問題嘅，因為呢個問題都唔係一朝一夕可以解決到，因為仲係有一班人就好想繼續支持，但係有一班人又唔想去繼續支持呢個烏克蘭戰爭啊嘛。但係阿川一上台就已經佢講佢想唔好再死人，就係咁簡單啦。
Would you support Israel reoccupying all of Gaza, as has been suggested by some Israeli officials?
Well, I don't know what the suggestion is. I know that we are there now trying to get people fed. As you know, $60 million was given by the United States fairly recently to supply food, and a lot of food, frankly, for the people of Gaza that are obviously not doing too well with the food. And I know Israel is going to help us with that in terms of distribution and also money. We also have the Arab states are going to help us with that in terms of the money and possibly distribution. So that's what I'm focused on. As far as the rest of it, I really can't say. That's going to be pretty much up to Israel. Yeah, please. Go ahead, please.
咁我哋個政府根本就冇能力去話俾以色列知點做嘅。咁以色列要去，好似琴日以色列嗰邊佢就想話將整個加沙 occupy 咗佢先。點解呢？其實呢個戰爭呢，好多人就走去撐巴勒斯坦。其實巴勒斯坦背後呢，就係哈馬斯。而家咧第一步咧就將伊朗截咗先，截咗伊朗啦，但係仍然哈馬斯仲有個勢力係存在喺加沙。咁有兩邊講嘅新聞，即係阿川跟住就話我哋抌咗好似成30個million定60個million，就去即係俾食物啊，放食物去嗰度啊，俾加沙。但係咧就俾哈馬斯截咗嘅，嗰啲好多資源啊、供應啊嗰啲嘢全部都俾哈馬斯截咗，所以咧就呢個係一個問題嚟㗎，即係 究竟嗰個係俾哈馬斯截咗，定係俾以色列截咗嚇？咁呢個以色列截咗佢，跟住以色列再去派，就 make sure 唔好俾哈馬斯攞到，但係好難啊！哈馬斯呢啲恐怖分子嚟嚇，恐怖分子咧就通常咧匿埋喺一啲巴勒斯坦平民加薩入邊啲平民背後，咁所以呢個係非常難打嘅一場仗嚟嘅。咁唯一一個最好嘅方法就係以色列攞翻晒成個加薩，跟住喺嗰度再俾個地方出嚟俾班巴勒斯坦人，但係呢樣嘢亦都會令到好多巴勒斯坦人嘅反感啦。咁巴勒斯坦就我早幾集都有講過㗎啦，巴勒斯坦呢個去到羅馬統治羅馬年代嗰陣時咧，就已經開始有㗎啦。咁因為有班猶太人咧走去搞羅馬政府，羅馬政府咧就將猶大地改咗去成為唔知乜嘢巴勒斯坦地咁樣嘅。咁咧就為咗要嚟控制班猶太人，因為班猶太人作反啊嘛，今日又係我都唔知呢個方法可能已經 game over 咗啦。
Thank you. On transgender athletes in the Olympics, back to the safety, especially of female combat boxers. Will the Department of Justice considering pressing charges against any man that tries to masquerade as a woman coming into this country to beat up American athletes? And secondly, would your administration consider genetic testing so that these people can prove that they're actually women competing?
Well, I think there is going to be a very strong form of testing. As far as charges, I'd have to ask the Attorney General about that. I don't know. But there will be a very, very strong form of testing. And if the test doesn't come out appropriately, they won't be in the Olympics. Yes, ma'am.
其實呢個都係一個問題嚟嘅。到2028年咧，所以呢個如果真係真正嘅女權運動嘅一班人咧，佢就一定咧就應該要繼續支持共和黨唔好再投民主黨啦，因為咧整個佢會到2028年，如果民主黨贏翻，都唔知嗰個邊個上嚟啦。如果俾民主黨贏咗，佢好可能佢又會走翻去嗰個極左路線嘅，所以其實呢個問題都好難答。而家嚟講，梗係啦，我哋成班因為正常人領導啊嘛，所以就一定就唔會俾佢哋俾啲女扮男裝嘅人走去打拳擊咯。
Please go ahead, please. White.
Thank you. Mr. President, do you believe that the U.S. committee would have made this decision on men and women's sports if you weren't president? And do you believe that this decision will stay in place once you are no longer president?
I think they probably would have, because it just seems to be an issue that most people feel should be. I can't really say. You could have asked Chairman Wasserman. But I would say that, there's a possibility. It could go either way if you really want to know the truth. I feel strongly about it. I ran a campaign at least partially on that. That was one of the many issues that I talked about: open borders, the economy, taxes, all of the things. But that was certainly one of the issues. So I really can't. I really don't know. Could have gone either way. Please.
Have you decided on a replacement for the Fed governor?
For Fed governor? I'll be making that decision before the end of the week, and we'll either decide on one for permanence or the 4-month period, the term. There's a term of about a number of months. We have a couple of candidates. Everybody wants it, okay? It's not a couple, but we've narrowed it to a couple of candidates. And we've also, we're looking at the Fed chair, and that's down to 4 people right now. Very good. Well, I can tell you, because I've already said there's 2 Kevins and 2 other people, okay? Brian? Brian?
Thank you,
please.
Mr. President. This has to do with the safety aspect of the Olympics. What can you do as a president to ensure that Southern California, the greater Los Angeles area, is safe from any fire danger, that the state clears away brush in state parks, the reason why this last fire happened in Pacific Palisades? What can you ensure for that?
Well, as you know, Brian, we have I've been fighting with them for a long time about allowing the water to come down from the Pacific Northwest, essentially. And we actually opened up that water pretty strongly. We got a lot of opposition from the governor, and we opened it up anyway, and the water is coming down. That we want it opened further. They have a lot of water. They send it out into the Pacific Ocean in order to protect the smelt. It's a little tiny fish that's not doing very well, especially when they don't have water. They really do badly, okay? But it's a fish, environmentally protected, even though it's in many other areas. I think they just use that as an excuse to smelt. You'll check that out. But I think it's just an excuse. They've got to allow full water, and they're working with Lee Zeldin as
呢個黃胡瓜魚都唔知咩魚嚟嘅，細細條。咁咧就唔知點樣咧，即係好多年前啦，就去咗上啲水度，跟住就嗰隻魚咧就好惡嘅，去搞到第二啲魚都死晒咁樣，跟住就佢哋就用呢個方法截晒啲水，但係好似阿倉話齋，冇人知㗎。嗰陣時啲佢哋話晒，佢哋話係㗎啦嘛。
really helping us a lot, but they've got to allow a full complement of water to come down from the Pacific Northwest. There is so much water. If Gavin Newsom let the water come down, see the way I pronounced his name properly for a change, if this guy allowed the water to come down from the Pacific Northwest, they have so much water they don't know what to do with it. All of those sprinklers would have gone on. All of those people with those beautiful houses with sprinklers in the ceilings and with the water, the fire pumps outside, all that water, they didn't have any water because they wouldn't let the water come down. There's so much water there. At first, when I got involved with this issue in my first term, I said to the congressman, they took me up because they wanted to show me the fields where they could farm 10 times more product. You'd see 100 acres, and you'd see 1 acre or 2 acres, beautiful green. It's very vibrant soil, but they don't give it the water that it's entitled to. And I said, oh, they have a drought? I said, no, they told me we don't have a drought. They don't. The Democrats don't allow the water to come down into the farms and into anywhere. By the time it gets down even into certain parts of California, it's fed out stupidly into the Pacific Ocean. If that water were allowed, so we broke into it and we allowed it to come down, and it come down at a higher level, and we want that, and we're demanding that of the governor. The other thing is, we'll do anything necessary to keep the Olympics safe, including using our National Guard or military. Okay? No, I will use the National Guard or military. This is going to be so safe, and if
呢個咧又係好爭議性啦，又係用到 National Guard 啦或者 military 啦，因為佢一定要定性咗嗰個地區咧係屬於 federal 嘅 property， 咁佢先可以嘅。而家有啲好多即係當然啦，嗰陣時拜登奧巴馬年代咧，就佢哋攞咗好多我哋加州嘅森林咧。就列入為聯邦嘅管轄範圍咯，咁所以佢有可能可以做到，同埋咧可以用到 National Guard 嚟處理呢個水嘅問題。
If we have to, because obviously you have a mayor that is not very competent. She can't get the permits for the people. You know, the people are still waiting for their permits. Lee Zeldin got them the federal permit, which is 10 times harder to get. And everybody can build on the federal basis, and that's the hard one. But the mayor, Bass, she refuses. We should have 40%. You know why? They redistricted. And they've done it all over the place. And they've done it in California, by the way. Before this, they've done it in California. So we'll see what happens.
其實差唔多知我哋劃區劃選區投票選區咧。就 其實有個獨立委員會嘅，我哋加州有個獨立委員會，但係嗰個獨立委員會咧都係民主黨操控晒咯。咁所以我哋亦都係 super majority 啦。咁而家佢哋咧，因為壞人咧做完嗰啲衰嘢，咁佢而家見到我哋共和黨喺德州嗰邊咧，亦都開始緊以其人之道還治其人之身就喺度做呢樣嘢。咁但係佢哋就唔想發生咁所以閃咗去第二個州，好似 Illinois 啦。咁而家嗰班德州民主黨議員咧就唔去開會，咁變嗰啲人數咧就唔夠咯。咁個 quorum 唔夠人數去開會咯，所以佢哋就拖住咯。而家記者會問啦
We have a wonderful governor in Texas. He feels strongly about it. It's going to be up to him. I think there's tremendous support for it. And, we've watched the Democrats destroy our country in 4 years. They've destroyed between their open borders that we talked about, transgender for everybody, all of the horrible things that they've done, high taxes, horrible medical provision for people. We've watched them destroy our country for 4 years, and people don't want that. And people in Texas, as you saw, I got the highest vote in the history of Texas. I love Texas. Texas likes me, obviously. But I got the highest vote, and that was checked out on the show. Did you see that? Where they checked it out, they said he actually did get the highest vote in the history of Texas, which disappointed them. They were very disappointed to hear that. But Texas is a place that's done very well with a free enterprise kind of an attitude, with the exact opposite of what's happening in New York with a communist mayor. And they know what they're doing, and they're doing the right thing. Yeah.
佢頭先講嘅紐約嗰個咧，啲人話紐約嗰個咧，新嘅市長係社會主義者，其實唔係嗰個係100% 嘅共產黨嚟嘅，大佬所以都唔知點算。
Two questions for you.
Mr. President, thank you. Texas Senator John Cornyn is asking for your help to force Democrats back to the state and hold them accountable. Do you want the federal government and the FBI to help locate and arrest these Texas Democrats who have left the state?
Well, I think they've abandoned the state. Nobody's seen anything like it, even though they've done it twice before. And in a certain way, it almost looks like they've abandoned the state. It looks very bad. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Should the FBI get involved? Should the FBI get involved?
Well, they may have to. They may have to. No, I know they want them back. Not only the Attorney General, the governor wants them back. If you look, I mean, the governor of Texas is demanding they come back. So a lot of people are demanding they come back. You can't just sit it out. You have to go back. You have to fight it out. That's what elections are all about. Yeah, please.
Thank you so much.
呢個又係左媒咧，又喺度吹就喺度話Trump 咧就會想 FBI 去拉班議員翻去開會呢個咧就其實難度好高㗎，要動用到 FBI， 因為州就還州嘛，聯邦就還聯邦嘛所以呢個其實trick question 嚟㗎，想 trick Trump 講一啲嘢咧係，所以Trump根本佢都唔係傾嚟嘅如果係傾，佢晨早就已經 send 咗啲人去拉佢哋啲人翻去啦。So 等佢打埋出嚟先話 ，How can President be 咁樣你可以做個記錄喺度，咁咧。Person proof that he's knocking. 唔係用呢個。 如果係傾佢就 send 咗 federal 去啦，就係唔係傾啊嘛，所以根本民主黨就成日都揾嘢去講大話咯。
Much, President Trump. 2 questions for you. One, were you aware of and did you personally approve the prison transfer for Ghislaine Maxwell that your Justice Department?
I didn't know about it at all. No, I read about it just like you did.
And do you believe that she is?
It's not a very uncommon thing.
Do you believe that she's credible to be listening to? Your Deputy Attorney General sat down with her recently.
Well, let me tell you, he's a very talented man. His name is Todd Blanche. He's a very legitimate person, very high. I just a very highly thought of person, respected by everybody. And I didn't talk to him about it, but I will tell you that whatever he asked would be totally appropriate, and it's not an uncommon thing to do that. And I think he probably wants to make sure that, people that should not be involved or aren't involved are not hurt by something that would be very, very unfortunate, very unfair to a lot of people. But I will say this, Todd Blanche is one of the most highly respected people you'll ever meet. So I know this. I didn't discuss it with him, but anything he talked about with her or the fact that he did that, not unusual, number one, and most importantly is something that would be totally above board.
呢個又係出 question 啦，又係可以知道咧，阿 Trump 今次個動作好醒啊，因為佢唔係一定要喺呢個過程喺個程序裏邊，呢個司法程序裏邊，阿 Trump 因為佢個名有可能喺個 list 入邊，而家就唔知道我哋就傳啦，知道佢個名就喺個 flight list 入邊，佢有去過個島，即係嗰個性愛島。但係究竟係真定係假係點咧？因為如果真係佢有嗰個名嗰陣時咧，上一屆阿拜登或者賀錦麗，就算 debate 嗰陣時佢哋都可以攞出嚟講啦，已經阿拜登同阿 Trump debate 嗰陣時，但係都冇攞呢個出嚟講喎，所以可想而知根本就係真係而家就係揾嚟搞嘅，背後嗰個有可能係 Elon Musk。
Please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thanks, Mr. President. Mr. President, how much more would you like DOGE to cut from the federal government?
Well, it's not so much DOGE anymore. And by the way, I have to say that somebody from DOGE was very badly hurt last night. You saw that.
即係而家差唔多DOGE都解散咗啦，又本來都諗住，因為本來係一件好事嚟嘅，但係咧，當你去得太盡啦，想 cut 啦，跟住而家又即係所以背後咧好多即係又唔想太過陰謀論啦。阿 Elon Musk 同阿 Trump 搞到而家DOGE都 not much 啦已經啊，所以唔會即係嗰個即係慳稅啊嗰啲咁嘅嘢咧阿 Trump 都唔係點搞，即係唔會咯。所以阿 Elon Musk 喺背後咧就係想搞緊佢嗰個 American Party 嘅。雖然我哋而家好少資料啦，係 American Party 都冇乜特別嘅消息冇乜進展啦，就唔知 Elon Musk 係咪真係仲搞緊，定係佢喺度搞緊阿 Trump 咧就真係唔知啦。咁即係有時呢啲嘢。
A young man who was beat up by a bunch of thugs in D.C. And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run. But it's not a question of DOGE. We have great people, secretaries and all, working with DOGE and cutting with I said with a scalpel as opposed with an axe. This cutting with a fine-tooth comb, and they're getting rid of people that aren't doing their job, or bad people, or bad things, bad policy, et cetera, et cetera. And I think we've been very successful in that. And there's more cutting to do, but there's also more we want smart people in government. Our country is doing great. I think we are doing probably, maybe in many ways, better than we've ever done before. You know, we're taking in trillions, not billions, trillions and trillions.
其實佢都仲想 cut 嘅，因為想好多嘅不必要嘅開支，佢仍然都想 cut 啊。佢頭先講咗啦，但係而家就係佢覺得 Elon Musk 就係喺呢方面唔夠聰明，佢可能喺即係嗰啲科技嗰方面咧，佢就好醒，但係佢呢方面真係唔醒咯。
Of dollars from other countries who, for years, took advantage of us. They took advantage of the United States like we were children, and that's not happening anymore. Now they're paying a lot of money, and they're paying hundreds of billions of dollars. Individual countries paying hundreds of billions of dollars. You're seeing what everybody else is seeing, and
咁啊，本來咧都想再講多啲題目嘅，不過始終今日咧仍然都係出唔到去啊 YouTube， 我唔知係咪我個 format 仲係有問題咧，所以咧導致咧我啲片咧即係仍然都未能夠可以出到去咯。咁我仍然好需要大家嘅繼續嘅支持啦。咁個支持嘅方法而家就係幫我去 share， 等人哋 subscribe 我呢個 channel 啦。咁多謝大家收睇，咁我哋